The TRC, Battle for Lane's Pizza Land. TRC log, animatronics of Lane's Pizza Land. Classification, animatronic entities, possessed. Date, insert date. Researcher, Dr. J. Minus. Entity name, Mother Animatronic. Designation, redacted. Classification level, 3 black card access required. Description. The Mother Animatronic was originally designed to serve as the caretaker and guide for children at Lane's Pizza Land. It is a towering, humanoid figure adorned with a maternal aesthetic, featuring gentle facial expressions and a childlike voice meant to create a sense of safety and warmth. However, after the tragic events surrounding the disappearance and death of several children at the pizzeria, the animatronic was reported to have begun acting unpredictably. Possession. The Mother Animatronic is believed to be possessed by the spirits of deceased children, though its exact origin is unconfirmed. It exhibits strange behaviors, such as protecting certain areas of the pizzeria and interacting with visitors in a maternal way, though its actions can be deeply unsettling. There are reports of it attempting to comfort children, only to become more aggressive and hostile toward adults, possibly driven by the anger and confusion of the children's spirits trapped within. Abilities. Enhanced strength. Despite its intended role as a caretaker, the Mother Animatronic is capable of overwhelming force when provoked. Emotional manipulation. It has been reported to cause a deep sense of attachment or fear in individuals who interact with it, possibly due to the children's spirits influencing its behavior. Necrotic aura. The animatronic exudes a faint, eerie energy that disrupts electronics and can create a sensation of unease in nearby living beings. Weaknesses. Exposure to certain frequencies. High-frequency sound waves have been shown to temporarily disrupt the animatronic systems, causing it to freeze or become disoriented. Childlike vulnerability. It seems particularly sensitive to the presence of living children, often seeking them out but also reacting defensively when children attempt to leave the pizzeria. Notes. The Mother Animatronic's connection to Lane is not fully understood. Some speculate that it may have been created as part of Lane's early efforts to build a family dynamic, though this is unconfirmed. Its connection to the children's spirits may also imply a link to his own lost loved ones, with the animatronic possibly acting as a twisted representation of protection or family. Minus. Entity name, Father Animatronic. Designation, redacted. Classification level, 3 black card access required. Description. The Father Animatronic is the male counterpart to the Mother Animatronic, designed to serve as a complementary figure at Lane's Pizza Land. Larger and more imposing than the Mother model, it was designed to embody strength and authority. Like the Mother, it was intended to be a figure of safety and reassurance for children. After the tragic events, the Father Animatronic began exhibiting extreme hostility towards anyone it considered a threat to the children. Possession. The Father Animatronic is similarly believed to be possessed by the spirits of dead children. Unlike the Mother, it tends to exhibit more aggressive, protective behaviors, often engaging in violent acts when sensing any potential danger to the children it protects. It has shown signs of being more aware of its surroundings, often seeking out specific targets and hunting them down within the pizzeria. Abilities. Enhanced durability. The Father Animatronic can withstand substantial physical damage and continue operating, making it a dangerous foe in close combat. Aggression amplification. It can increase its aggression and strength, likely driven by the spirits inside it, becoming increasingly dangerous the more threatened it feels. Soul bonding. It is theorized that the Father Animatronic is bound to a specific group of children, possibly those who perished in the pizzeria. It shows protective tendencies towards them, though it reacts violently to any adult who approaches them. Weaknesses. Disruption by strong electrical shocks. Powerful electrical surges can temporarily disable or cause the Father Animatronic to malfunction, though this is only effective in controlled situations. Emotional conflict. The animatronic's protective nature can be used against it if the spirits within it are reminded of their lost innocence, potentially weakening its resolve. Notes. The Father Animatronic may play a role in Lane's internal conflict, potentially symbolizing his desire for a traditional family structure while being burdened by the tragedy and destruction tied to the pizzeria. Its violent nature suggests a need for control over the situation, and its possession by the spirits reflects the darker side of Lane's creations. Minus. Entity name, Sunny Animatronic. Designation, redacted. Classification level, 2 gray card access required. Description. Once intended to entertain at Lane's Pizza Land, Sunny is a twisted, terrifying version of what was meant to be a fun, cheerful animatronic. With jagged teeth and limbs that resemble puppets, it was scrapped due to its unsettling appearance and behavior. However, rumors persist that Sunny's spirit still lingers, haunting the remnants of the pizzeria. Possession. Sunny is one of the more tragic figures in the animatronic roster, as it was created to bring joy but instead became a nightmare. Its possession by the spirits of deceased children may be less direct than the other animatronics, though there are accounts of it exhibiting strange, erratic behaviors, as if its soul is still struggling to find peace. Abilities. Haunting presence. Sunny's form is unsettling, and it often appears unexpectedly, lurking in the dark corners of the pizzeria. Puppeteer's control. Its puppet-like limbs allow it to manipulate objects and even other animatronics, creating a disturbing sense of control over its environment. Fear inducement. Sunny's jagged grin and eerie presence are capable of inducing intense fear, often incapacitating individuals with its unsettling nature. Weaknesses. Destruction of physical form. If Sunny's physical body is destroyed, it is believed that the spirit may either move on or become trapped forever. Isolation. It seems to be weakest when alone, with its power and influence waning significantly when not in the presence of other animatronics or children. Notes. Sunny's story serves as a reminder of the cost of Lane's creations. Though not as powerful as the others, its presence serves to remind Lane of the darker aspects of his ambitions. Its tragic nature could also reflect a desire for acceptance that was never fully realized. Minus. Final notes. The animatronics of Lane's Pizza Land, particularly the mother and father models, are deeply tied to the emotional and tragic narrative surrounding Lane and his creations. While some have been overtaken by the spirits of dead children, others remain trapped in the remnants of their original purpose, unable to escape the trauma they embody. Lane's connection to these entities remains under investigation, as it seems that his role in their creation may be both a source of guilt and a driving force in his personal journey. Security recommendations. Extreme caution is advised when approaching any of the animatronics tied to Lane's Pizza Land. The potential for emotional manipulation or violent behavior is high. Further investigation into the connection between Lane and these animatronics is ongoing, with particular focus on the impact of the spirits trapped within them. TRC log, Lane's Pizza Land discovery. Classification, anomalous animatronics possessed entities. Date, insert date. Researcher, Dr. J. Minus. Incident report, discovery of Lane's Pizza Land. During a dimension tracking mission led by the TRC uncovered the existence of Lane's Pizza Land, an abandoned yet anomalously active establishment. The location housed a number of possessed animatronics, many exhibiting signs of extreme aggression and supernatural phenomena. The nature of these entities suggests a deep connection between the pizzeria, its animatronic inhabitants, and a series of violent events that resulted in the deaths of numerous children. Minus. Key entities and findings. Sunny, the rival creation. Origin theory. Unlike the other animatronics, Sunny is believed to have been created by Free Beers, a rival company attempting to compete with Lane's Pizza Land. Appearance. A puppet-like animatronic with a jagged grin, exaggerated limbs, and an unsettling demeanor. Behavior. Erratic and unpredictable, often appearing as a haunting presence in dark corners. Possession status. Unclear, but suspected. It does not function like the other animatronics and seems to have a different purpose. Purpose theory. It may have been designed as an experimental model before being scrapped due to its terrifying nature. Minus. Calvin the Cow, the butcher of Lane's Pizza Land. Role in events. Calvin the Cow is theorized to be the cause of the initial massacre. He is said to have killed numerous children and stuffed their remains into animatronic suits, leading to the possession of many Lane's Pizza Land characters. Appearance. A decayed, blood-stained animatronic resembling a cow with a frozen, eerie grin. Behavior. Extremely hostile. Unlike other animatronics who react based on their possession, Calvin appears self-aware, suggesting an independent, sadistic intelligence. Possession status. Unlike others, it is unclear if Calvin is possessed by a child spirit or something far worse. Theories. Some researchers speculate Calvin was designed with malevolent intent, perhaps being a direct cause of the events that led to Lane's Pizza Land's downfall. Minus. The Grey Wuggy, the baby genius. Current status, unidentified but observed. Appearance, a small, gray, animatronic entity resembling a Wuggy. Intelligence, surprisingly advanced, displaying problem-solving skills and awareness beyond normal animatronics. Connection to others, unknown, but it appears to interact with the other animatronics in a calculated manner. More research is required to determine the nature of the Grey Wuggy and its role in the events surrounding Lane's Pizza Land. Minus. The original parents, the mother and the father. Discovery, TRC investigation suggests that the mother and father animatronics are the original parents of the deceased children, now forever bound to the suits. Behavior. The mother remains intelligent and actively seeks out children, seemingly wishing to care for them. The father exhibits extreme aggression towards any perceived threat to his family, making him one of the most dangerous entities within the establishment. Theories. If the parents were somehow forced into the suits, this would explain their deeply ingrained behaviors and why they continue to protect the children despite their unnatural existence. Minus. Massacre at Lane's Pizza Land, the silly incident. Mission status. As TRC operatives attempted to contain and analyze Lane's Pizza Land, a catastrophic event occurred. The attacker, Silly, a powerful entity linked to Lane, emerged in a nightmare form, immediately engaging TRC forces. Casualties. All 75 operatives on site were killed. The exact method of execution is currently under analysis, but reports indicate extreme physical strength. Operatives were torn apart effortlessly. Reality distortion. Survivors reported visual and auditory hallucinations before being eliminated. Unnatural persistence. Traditional weapons proved ineffective. Minus. Final notes and security recommendations. Lane's Pizza Land is a high-risk dimensional location. Unauthorized entry is forbidden. Silly is to be classified as a top priority threat, with further investigation into his abilities and connection to Lane. The Grey Wuggy's intelligence is a concern. Its potential role within the animatronic ecosystem must be further analyzed. Calvin the cow may be more than just a possessed animatronic. The possibility of an independent, malevolent entity must be explored. Further research and caution are advised. More updates will follow as TRC continues its investigation into Lane's Pizza Land and its TRC log, escalation of Lane's Pizza Land investigation. Classification, high priority threats negotiation protocols. Date, insert date. Researcher, Dr. J. Minus. Incident update, Lane the Cowboy's warning. Recent developments indicate that Lane the Cowboy has become aware of TRC's investigations and has directly threatened our organization. Lane has expressed frustration regarding our understanding of Lane's Pizza Land and its inhabitants, implying that much of our information is either incorrect or incomplete. However, this also suggests that our rapid progress in uncovering the truth has unsettled him. Theories regarding Lane's concern. 1. Fear of exposure. Lane may be attempting to control the narrative and prevent TRC from uncovering deeper secrets. 2. Protectionism. He could be attempting to protect the animatronics and whatever forces govern them from outside interference. 3. Potential dealings. There is a possibility Lane may eventually engage in negotiations to secure his interests. For now, TRC will proceed with extreme caution and monitor Lane's actions closely. Minus. Silly, the unstable yet lethal threat. Designation, high priority hostile entity. Mental state, unstable, unpredictable, and intellectually impaired, yet this does not hinder his overwhelming power. Confirmed abilities. Extreme physical strength. Silly is capable of annihilating entire squads with ease. Nightmare form. Previously observed transformation that amplifies his abilities, resulting in a full TRC squad massacre. Dimensional awareness. Displays some knowledge of interdimensional activity, though the extent is unknown. Conclusion. Despite his cognitive limitations, Silly remains an immediate existential threat. Containment is not currently feasible. Minus. Dodo Joe, myth or reality? Current standing. The existence of Dodo Joe is widely dismissed as a joke among TRC operatives. Theories. 1. Urban legend, a fabricated entity meant to confuse investigators. 2. Distraction tactic possibly used to divert attention away from more serious threats. 3. Unknown player. If real, Dodo Joe's purpose and role remain entirely unclear. Until further data is gathered, Dodo Joe will not be prioritized as a serious target. Minus. Billy the Grey Wuggy, the hyper genius. True identity uncovered. Previously known as the Grey Wuggy, we now confirm his name is Billy. Cognitive abilities. Extremely advanced intelligence, far surpassing human intellect. Technological mastery, capable of creating time machines and possibly other high-level constructs. Strategic thinker. Unlike the other animatronics, Billy appears self-motivated and capable of long-term planning. Negotiation proposal. TRC acknowledges Billy as a potential non-hostile asset. Given his intelligence and technological advancements, TRC is prepared to offer a non-aggression pact under the following terms. 1. TRC will not interfere with the animatronics of Lane's Pizza Land. 2. Billy will provide technological insight, particularly regarding time manipulation. 3. Both parties will maintain a neutral stance unless provoked. If negotiations succeed, this could result in an unprecedented technological leap for TRC. However, caution is required. Billy's motives remain unclear, and any agreement should be treated with skepticism until further evaluated. Minus. Final notes and security directives. TRC operatives are ordered to halt aggressive actions toward Lane's Pizza Land entities until negotiations with Billy are settled. Silly remains an extreme threat. All personnel are advised to avoid direct encounters. Lane's reaction suggests deeper secrets are yet to be uncovered. Further reconnaissance efforts will be planned accordingly. Dodo Joe will remain a low-priority investigation unless proven otherwise. Further updates will follow as negotiations. TRC log, Lane's Pizza Land conflict escalation. Classification, hostile negotiations threat assessment. Date, insert date. Researcher, Dr. J. Minus. Hostile response from Lane Thompson. Lane Thompson has issued a direct threat to TRC, demanding we cease all investigations and withdraw immediately. His message was laced with hostility, insults, and an explicit warning that failure to comply will result in 1. Silly attacking TRC forces. 2. The direct targeting and execution of Dr. J. This response confirms our previous assumption that Lane is highly protective of Lane's Pizza Land and its inhabitants. However, threatening a head TRC researcher indicates that he views us as a significant threat rather than a minor nuisance. TRC response. Withdrawal is not an option. The higher-ups have declined Lane's demand. Security for Dr. J is now priority level Omega. All TRC operatives are ordered to enforce high-level security measures around Dr. J's location. Silly remains a confirmed ultra-hostile threat. Any contact with Silly should be considered a death sentence. Further reconnaissance will continue, but with increased caution. Minus. Dodo Joe, myth confirmed. After further investigation, TRC can now confirm with certainty that Dodo Joe is purely fictional. He was either a deliberate joke or misinformation spread to distract us. Dodo Joe will now be classified as irrelevant, and all related investigations are terminated immediately. Minus. New findings, Laney, the wife of Lane Thompson. Observed traits. Extremely sexually aggressive, far beyond normal behavioral patterns. Appears to have a strong influence over Lane, likely due to their marriage. Potential weakness in Lane's defenses if leveraged correctly. Proposed strategy, ransom operation. Given Laney's emotional significance to Lane, TRC is considering a strategic capture to force Lane into negotiations. However, this operation presents multiple risks. 1. Silly's unpredictable retaliation. If he perceives Laney's capture as an attack on Lane, TRC could suffer catastrophic losses. 2. Lane's personal power. His full capabilities remain unclear, but we cannot underestimate him. 3. Laney's own resistance. Her behavior suggests she may be more difficult to contain than expected. Despite these risks, the potential benefits are too great to ignore. A successful capture could result in a significant leverage point against Lane, possibly forcing him into compliance or even surrendering key intelligence. Minus. Final directives and next steps. 1. Security around Dr. J is reinforced. Lane's threats are taken seriously, and any assassination attempts will be met with extreme countermeasures. 2. Active TRC units are to remain hidden within Lane's Pizza Land. Direct confrontation is discouraged until more data is gathered. 3. Operation Temptation, Laney capture is under evaluation. Risk assessments will determine whether this is a viable strategy. 4. Dodo Joe investigation is permanently closed. Further updates will follow. TRC remains committed to uncovering the full truth behind Lane's Pizza Land, despite rising hostility. Minus. End of log. TRC log, Lane's Pizza Land, escalation and new findings. Classification, hostile threat response and character analysis. Date, insert date. Researcher, Dr. J. Minus. Lane Thompson's latest response. Lane Thompson has once again responded with hostile intent, escalating the situation by calling for external assistance from the R universe, a realm TRC has limited data on but recognizes as an extreme threat. Chaos, potentially a reference to an unknown entity or force. Jar Jar Binks, unclear if this is literal or a joke. Threat assessment. Lane believes he has superior numbers and power. Silly remains the ultimate enforcer, with Lane suggesting that TRC compliance may lessen the severity of Silly's attacks rather than prevent them entirely. The inclusion of the R universe is deeply concerning, given its unpredictability and near infinite power potential. TRC response. 1. Increased containment efforts. TRC forces are to prepare for possible multidimensional retaliation. 2. Monitoring of the R universe. Further research is required to understand how and if Lane has actual access to it. 3. Laney capture operation is postponed due to the extreme risk of retaliation. All plans regarding Laney have been placed under indefinite suspension. Minus. New character analysis. Lane's Pizza Land entities. Beth, the puppy. Classification: animatronic companion security system. Purpose: side attraction and comfort unit for children. Security functions: acts as a calming presence, possibly preventing panic responses in visitors. Likely equipped with defensive countermeasures in case of intruders or disturbances. Miles, the unstable brother. Classification: high-risk individual. Relationship: Lane's younger brother. Key traits: known for erratic behavior, mental instability noted. Anger is his trigger, advised to avoid provoking him at all costs. Power level unknown, but his reaction to anger implies dangerous potential. Strategic implications: Beth's security functions. TRC must analyze and bypass any potential defenses she may activate if intrusions occur. Miles' instability: he could become a wild card in any future confrontation. If properly manipulated, he may turn against Lane under the right circumstances. Minus. Unknown TRC red card operation. The TRC higher-ups with red card access are actively planning something major. Red card does not officially exist within standard TRC hierarchy. This suggests that a secretive, high-clearance project is being conducted outside of regular research divisions. The nature of this operation is unknown, but it is likely related to counteracting the increasing threats posed by Lane and his forces. Next steps. 1. All TRC personnel are to remain on alert for possible Lane-affiliated assaults. 2. Research is to continue until Lane's claims of summoning external forces. 3. More intelligence is required regarding the mysterious TRC red card operation. 4. Direct action against Laney is halted indefinitely. 5. Further study of Miles and Beth is recommended before engagement. Minus. End of log. TRC log, Lane's Pizza Land, further analysis and new findings. Classification: expanded research and threat assessment. Date: insert date. Researcher: Dr. J. Minus. Lane Thompson's latest response. Lane has responded with continued hostility, mocking TRC for hesitation and claiming superiority. However, TRC operations have been placed on hold not due to fear, but due to the need for additional resources before further engagements. Resource expansion: Kai's assistance. Kai has agreed to support TRC efforts regarding Lane's Pizza Land. New research rooms have been dedicated to Lane's Pizza Land studies. This suggests a long-term investment in countering threats posed by Lane's dimension. Minus. New entity analysis: the mother. Appearance: a giant spider-like animatronic with a baby-like animatronic face. Heavily damaged, suggesting past battles or prolonged neglect. Potential significance: possibly linked to the mother figure of the stuffed children. Could be a major figure in Lane's hierarchy. Unknown if she is hostile or protective. Minus. Wuggy analysis: there are at least 7 known small variants resembling Huggy Wuggy but without legs or fur. 2 others resemble Betty Babs from Five Nights at Freddy's. Key figures among them: Silly, high-priority threat. Confirmed to be incredibly powerful despite mental limitations. TRC continues to categorize him as an extreme threat. Pink Wuggy, Silly's sister. Not much is known. Relation to Silly suggests possible shared abilities. Needs further observation. Purple Wuggy, possible parent figure. Believed to be female. Possibly has a child with Silly. Unknown abilities. The baby Wuggy. Weaker than the others but still dangerous by human standards. Lovey, the red Wuggy. Only detail known is the name. Minus. Red card incident. Information regarding red card has been fully redacted. All TRC personnel have been instructed to cease discussion on the matter. Implications suggest classified operations beyond standard TRC research. Minus. Next steps and recommendations. 1. Expand TRC resources further with Kai's assistance. 2. Continue deep research into Lane's Pizza Land hierarchy. 3. Gather intelligence on Silly's family members and the Wuggy species. 4. Prepare containment strategies for the mother. 5. Strictly adhere to red card blackout protocols. Minus. End of log. TRC emergency notice, immediate suspension of Lane's Pizza Land research. Date, insert date. Security clearance, black card required. Minus. Reason for research suspension. Due to another break-in by Tiki, TRC higher-ups have ordered a full halt on all Lane's Pizza Land-related research. This decision is based on 1. Security prioritization. Tiki's intrusion presents an immediate and severe threat to TRC personnel and containment assets. 2. Resource reallocation. All available resources must be directed toward fortifying defenses and addressing Tiki's latest actions. 3. Preservation of classified intel. The possibility that Tiki could obtain Lane's Pizza Land research poses unknown risks to the stability of TRC operations. Minus. Current status. All research materials related to Lane's Pizza Land have been secured. Further research is postponed until further notice. Personnel assigned to Lane's Pizza Land study have been redirected to security and recovery operations. Minus. Next steps. 1. Containment efforts. All focus is now on Tiki's actions and securing TRC facilities. 2. Threat assessment. Evaluating whether Tiki's actions are linked to Lane's Pizza Land or are independent. 3. Future research consideration. Once TRC operations stabilize, research on Lane's Pizza Land may resume with enhanced precautions. Minus. End of notice. TRC update log. Project, Lane's Pizza Land, nickname, FNL. Security clearance, black card required. Date, insert date. Minus. Incident summary. Tiki's involvement. In a surprising turn of events, Tiki has agreed to assist TRC with the ongoing Lane's Pizza Land project, codename FNL. While this alliance is unprecedented and fraught with potential risks, the immediate need for resources and support in dealing with Lane's Pizza Land has prompted TRC to accept his cooperation, despite his unpredictable nature and history of chaotic actions. R's concerns. R has expressed significant concerns regarding Tiki's willingness to cooperate with TRC, fearing ulterior motives and the potential for manipulation. Given Tiki's past behavior, these concerns are valid, and his motives remain unclear. However, the current situation necessitates trust in Tiki's short-term involvement, though the possibility of betrayal remains high. Minus. Current status. 1. Personnel and resources. All TRC staff and research teams have been redirected to the Lane's Pizza Land project, FNL. Focus is now exclusively on securing vital intelligence and containing any emerging threats from the location. Tiki's assistance is being carefully monitored, but resources must be focused on immediate threats. 2. Lane's Pizza Land. Investigations into Lane's Pizza Land have intensified. With Tiki's assistance, the project has been reprioritized as the highest level objective within TRC. The mysterious nature of the location and its potential link to Tiki's past actions make it an area of great concern. Minus. Next steps and recommendations. 1. Monitor Tiki's actions. Although Tiki's temporary cooperation is vital to FNL, his actions must be scrutinized continuously. His motives are unknown, and while he has agreed to aid in this endeavor, past behavior suggests he may have alternative objectives. 2. Engage with R's concerns. R's concerns regarding Tiki should not be dismissed. Continued communication with R is essential to ensure that any shifts in the situation are identified early. Their input may prove crucial in navigating this dangerous alliance. 3. Continue investigation of Lane's Pizza Land. The project must remain the top priority. All available resources should be directed toward understanding the full scope of Lane's Pizza Land and its connection to both Tiki and other unknown entities. Enhanced containment strategies must be developed to ensure TRC safety. 4. Prepare for potential betrayal. Contingency plans must be in place in case Tiki's involvement becomes detrimental to TRC's operations. A quick response team should be prepared to handle any sabotage or disruption from his side. Minus. End of log. TRC response strategy to Lane's communication. Current situation. Silly status. Lane has issued a response, proposing that Silly be released in exchange for information about their group. This offer comes with significant risks, given Silly's violent nature and history of attempted escapes. Surveillance breach. The TV-like character, possibly an external entity or rogue element, has successfully hacked the TRC camera system, compromising the security and monitoring capabilities within the facility. All cameras have been shut off, and visibility into TRC operations is currently limited. This indicates an advanced level of external influence or internal sabotage. Twisted R-Sun possible allegiance. There are growing concerns that Twisted R-Sun may be cooperating with Lane, though this connection is still unconfirmed. This potential alliance could prove dangerous, especially considering the unpredictable nature of the twisted entities. Lane's threats. Lane has once again threatened TRC, suggesting that they are growing irritated with the continued containment efforts and research. Lane's growing hostility and the compromise of security measures necessitate a carefully measured response. Strategic options. Evaluate Lane's offer. Release Silly. Releasing Silly could be an extremely risky decision. While the information about Lane may provide valuable insights, Silly's release might escalate violence and compromise TRC personnel. Furthermore, Lane's promise to provide information in exchange for Silly's release should be approached with caution, as they may not keep their end of the bargain. Recommendation: do not release Silly. Instead, consider alternative methods to gain intelligence about Lane without compromising TRC security. It may be more effective to negotiate with Lane from a position of strength. Investigate the camera hack. The hacked camera system represents a severe breach of TRC security. Immediate steps should be taken to identify the source of the hack and restore monitoring systems. This may require collaboration with internal cybersecurity teams or external experts. Recommendation: fortify the camera system, implement emergency protocols to prevent further breaches, and trace the hacker's origin. Security should be increased, with a focus on preventing similar breaches in the future. Confirm Twisted R-Sun allegiance. The potential involvement of Twisted R-Sun with Lane requires thorough investigation. If Twisted R-Sun is indeed working with Lane, this could alter the balance of power and present new threats to TRC's operations. Recommendation: monitor Twisted R-Sun closely. Investigate any possible communications, movements, or behaviors that suggest collaboration with Lane. Maintain cover surveillance if possible. Respond to Lane's hostility. Lane's frustration and threat should be addressed with caution. Engaging in direct dialogue may yield some information, but provoking further hostility could worsen the situation. Recommendation: acknowledge Lane's irritation, but do not back down from TRC's mission. Maintain a strong stance, but consider offering a limited compromise in exchange for intelligence. Do not give in to demands that jeopardize the safety of TRC personnel. Next steps. Fortify security and surveillance. Implement emergency lockdowns if necessary, restoring the camera system while ensuring no further breaches. Continue to monitor Silly. Keep Silly contained securely and under close observation. His behavior is unpredictable, and any attempt to release him prematurely could lead to disaster. Engage Lane cautiously. If engaging with Lane, proceed with careful diplomacy. Do not make any immediate concessions regarding Silly's release or other demands. Investigate the allegiance of Twisted R-Sun. Continue to gather information and monitor any developments surrounding Twisted R-Sun and his potential connection to Lane. This could be a crucial part of the puzzle. Develop a contingency plan. Prepare for the worst-case scenario, in which Lane escalates hostilities or Silly escapes again. Ensure that all TRC personnel are on alert and ready for rapid action if needed. End of response. TRC official statement: cease Operation FNL. Incident summary. Silly's breach. Despite all containment efforts, Silly's cell was somehow breached, allowing him to escape and initiate a massacre within TRC headquarters. The incident resulted in 4,500 casualties among TRC personnel. Immediate response. After the breach, highest-level officials convened to assess the situation. Silly's violent outburst required rapid intervention, and, with R's assistance, the threat was ultimately neutralized. However, the damage to personnel and operations was catastrophic. Operation Ceasefire. Following the severity of the breach and the associated risks, TRC has officially ceased all operations related to Lane's Pizza Land for the time being. While the organization has considered continuing the operation in the future, the current state of affairs dictates that all research, containment, and investigation into Lane's Pizza Land be paused. Operational return to normalcy. Operations have returned to normal, with the remaining research staff and resources redirected to more pressing matters. However, the TRC remains on high alert for any potential future threats linked to the Lane's Pizza Land project. Action plan moving forward. Full investigation of the breach. A thorough investigation will be conducted to determine how Silly's cell was compromised, leading to the massive loss of life. This includes auditing security measures, personnel involved, and potential sabotage or inside threats. Personnel recovery and support. Efforts will be focused on supporting and assisting the surviving members of the TRC team. Psychological care and medical treatment will be offered to those affected by the attack, and the families of the victims will be compensated where possible. Review of TRC protocols. Enhanced security measures and containment procedures will be implemented to prevent future breaches. Any gaps in our current system will be addressed, and emergency response protocols will be reviewed and upgraded accordingly. Re-evaluation of the Lane's Pizza Land project. Although Operation FNL is suspended, the research and intelligence regarding Lane's Pizza Land will remain in TRC archives for future consideration. The operation will not resume without extensive risk assessments and strict precautions in place. End of statement.
Oh, hi. Just wanted to real quickly, say something about this. First of all, it is not canon. Well, not necessarily canon. There are some slight canon things in the video, little fight thing, that could be taken for theories and stuff like that, but I wouldn't take it all for theories, so, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to also mention that me and Lane have been working on this little thing for quite a while now, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a little thing we've been doing to see what would happen if TRC met the finale thing. So yeah, if I do get in contact with Lane again before this video comes out, then I'll probably add his little word at the end of this little thing, so yeah. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!